Hello, everybody. This is Papa B from D&D Podcast, which stands for Daddy and Daughter Podcast. It's Papa B and Aplejax. We do a podcast on YouTube right now, and we just pretty much talk about this, that, and the other thing. Sometimes we exercise our First Amendment rights, free speech. So come check us out. Uh, Leave your comments, our questions, and answer the trivia question. So come check us out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. How's
Perfect.
that?
Okay. So last week, Papa B had a trivia question for you, which was what was the first organism to swim the ocean? And no one commented, but they should have. So Papa B, what was the first organism to swim the ocean?
It was a jellyfish. It was a jellyfish. And it wasn't necessarily the first fish because jellyfish is not considered a fish. It's considered an organism in the ocean. A
Keywords,
pretty
organism.
pretty much a plant. So, but it does swim the ocean, but it was the first organism or creature to ever swim the ocean.
Awesome. And you have a new trivia question for us today?
I do. And it's probably going to be pretty simple. So I'm just going to ask, what movie did this come from?
Okay.
Okay. Regulators, mount up. What movie did that come from?
What movie did that come from? Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you believe in paranormal?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any examples that you believe
Yes.
in paranormal?
I
Okay.
have a few different examples, yes. When one of my best friends lived with me, he's a very tall person, and we had stairs that came right down to the stairs. You go up to the right, and my door was right there. So, two examples, same house. I was recording a teaching video, and I had my door locked. So, my door starts wiggling. I'm thinking one of my roommates is trying to get in, so I pause and I say, "Hey, hold on just a second," and I'll mute. And so I did it, and it's still the door handle just keeps shaking. And I'm like, "Hey, you can come in now. It's fine." So I get up and I go open the door, and there's no one there. No one there. Uh, I look downstairs. There's no one in the house. All the roommates are gone. And that's
Hmm.
not my first experience with it, but that's one of my favorite experiences with it. I've had a lot of things happen that clearly happened and was not a trick of the eye. So I could give plenty of examples, but those are my two favorite.
That's pretty cool because I believe in it too. I've believed in it for a long time. I think spirits do roam around us. Uh, I've had a couple of instances where Sadie, my puppy dog, she's 85 pounds. Her job is to watch the house. She roams the house at night and she watches the house, and she always comes in and checks on me. And when she does, I hear this and she bounces up against the bed. Okay, I feel my bed move because she's 85 pounds. She's going to move the bed.
Yeah.
And I'll be laying there and I'll hear this. So I'll lean over and I always roll over and I'll pet her, and nothing was there. She wasn't
That's
there.
like she wasn't on your bed
Sh-
or
She
laying down
wasn't
next to
even she
it.
wasn't even in the room.
That's
And I
weird.
hear this, and I feel my bed move, and she wasn't even in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
another
weird.
instance, cat dog will come up and she'll walk on top of me and she'll kind of pull my covers a little bit. Well, I'm laying there about half asleep and I feel this something come walking up my bed and she pulls my covers a little bit. So I reach out to pet her.
Yeah.
She's not there. She's not even in the room.
Like actually pulled your covers.
She kind of tugs the covers. You know how cats do when they pull a cover or
Yeah.
whatever. She
Mm,
wasn't there at all.
that's
And
creepy. Mixed
that's happened.
snips. Hey,
That that's happened twice,
that's so
and she
creepy.
wasn't there. So,
I truly
uh,
believe that there is energy out there, and I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks is the reason why paranormal sticks around on our plane of Earth. I think it's because it's leftover energy from our deaths that is still reliving its consciousness. Um, because we don't exactly know, kind of what happens, almost like a purgatory type thing before you go to heaven, maybe. You still have things that you have unfinished business, as they call it sometimes. So your energy and your consciousness sort of stays here before it makes its way up to heaven. That is my thoughts on it.
That's actually kind of what I think. I didn't explain it to myself that way, but that's kind of what I thought. I thought what I think is it may be what you just said. You've got stuff to finish, something you want to get finished before you go to heaven. And think about it might be a test for you to get to heaven. What are you going
Yeah,
to do in the spirit life to make you available to go to heaven?
exactly.
Depending on how you were in real life, okay, you die, we're gonna test you. Do you want to come to the light? If not, if you want to come to the light, this is what you have to do.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
I completely agree.
I believe in it, and I mean, I haven't walked in the kitchen yet, and all the cabinets have been open. So I haven't done
Yeah.
that. And I do have the Ghost Hunters app on my phone that shows the little stick figures in your house.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah. And
That's so fun. The
I
kinetic
have,
thingy?
yeah, and I have encountered two stick figures in the house. And
That's
the first
crazy.
time I did it, it was sitting at the bar or standing at the bar, and I
Hmm.
sit there and watched it move to the bar stool.
To like sit down and chill with you.
Yeah,
Like it's just
just
there to
sit
hang out.
down. It was standing up at the bar, then it just sit down on the bar stool.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's just freaky.
I
That's
agree.
freaky.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So it may be, I don't know, it may be the app doing something, I don't know, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Um, Something that reminds me of that is if you have a Tesla, there's so many videos of examples out there, but if you have a Tesla and you are driving, it will pick up people that are there, trash cans that are there, cats that are there, but it all pops up as like a human, no matter what the object
Right.
is. It'll think it's a human,
Right.
right? So there's instances, and it has definitely happened with my Tesla, where we're driving out of our driveway and it says someone is standing in our driveway or like off to the side on the grass and like
Yes.
where we put the trash cans, but the trash cans aren't there. They're now in our garage. So there's nothing there. And as we're coming out, it says there's a person there and it tells us to stop. Like it makes the beep beep warning and there's no one there.
Hmm.
No one is there. So there's stories of people going through graveyards with their Teslas, and as you go through that, it'll detect objects that if there's no one there, it'll pop up as like a person. Uh, so that can be kind of freaky too. I think that's similar to your kinetic app that you have, where it picks up those movements. That's really, I don't know. I find it really
We
fascinating. I
did
think it's
we
really
did
cool.
a we did a graveyard tour in Galveston. And at the end of it, the tour guide, we were coming to the end of it, and we went to this one aisle, and she turned on her little deal on her phone, and she was telling us a story where she was giving some kids a tour, and there's another app on your phone where you can get the messages coming through.
Okay.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
And she turned on her phone and you could see the stick figures, and she was explaining how this kid turned on his phone to get the messages from the spirits.
Okay.
And the stick figures were there, and the kid asked, okay, who are you? And it answered, okay. She says she has never seen anybody run so fast out of a graveyard in all her life.
That's crazy.
Then
I wouldn't have ran. That's so
you g-
funny.
you go 10 feet over, and that person's gravestone is right there with her name on it.
That's really sweet.
And
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, so yeah, I believe in it, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff that
So cool.
and scientists say is it can all be explained and everything. I'm
But that's the,
sorry,
I mean,
Sci-
the, go ahead.
scientists live on theory. Okay, they live on theory. A physics professor lives on theory.
Yeah.
For
And I
them,
mean, theories
for
aren't
them,
bad, but
no,
it's not fact.
no, and for
It's
them
not
to
law.
prove their theory, they have to create other dimensions just to prove their theory. So
Yeah.
what they're doing is creating something that's actually not there,
And they can be
just
very
so
hypothetical.
exactly, just so they can prove their theory.
Yeah,
And
but to be fair, there's two sides to it. There are scientists who absolutely get paid to put answers out there that may not have any actual facts because people will
exactly.
fund it and they fund it to get
Yep.
a specific answer. But there are also scientists out there, and this is the true purpose of science, is that a theory isn't supposed to be based on nothing. It's supposed to be built on substantial data that gets close enough to where, based on all of the things we already know about math and physics, could be true. But it's just still not quite the law and not quite fact because it
Exactly.
hasn't been fully proven yet. Think of the
Exactly.
multidimensional theories, string theory, things of that nature. We don't actually know if those are real. So, yeah, some scientists, especially physicists, as smart as they are, I think they focus on things that don't necessarily solve real world problems. Like proving that there's multiple dimensions is not going to help us in real time right now.
No.
And they could be using their intelligence to be solving real problems in this moment to help our plane of existence. This is where
Exactly.
we exist. We don't exist in
Exactly.
the other dimensions. We exist here.
Right.
Uh, so I do agree um, on some level that it's a bit ridiculous because we need help now. We need scientists to be invested in real time.
There's a lot of things out there that we as humans do not know. As smart as these scientists are, and I give them credit because they are smart. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong. Um, but being that smart, most of the time, not all of the time, doesn't come with a lot of common sense.
correct. It comes with a lot of arrogance too. If you're
Yes.
used to being the smartest person in the room, it does come with a lot of arrogance, and that arrogance can get in the way of you taking in new information, especially if
Exactly.
you think you're better than someone. I have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a doctorate, but I have researched a lot of things and I do have a lot of knowledge, and I may not have a genius IQ. I have an above average IQ, and I think that I do know better than a lot of people out there who have PhDs, etc. But sometimes talking to those people, they look down on you. And when you give an example or try to explain your thoughts, if you're not articulate enough, if you can't remember the vocabulary word, all of the things that people with high IQs take for granted having the ability to do. But you can have general knowledge of something without having the vocabulary to explain it. And I think that people with a genius IQs really need to lose some of their ego and listen to people who may not memorize all of the vocabulary that they need to help explain their ideas. I went on a little rant there. Sorry,
It's
it
okay.
might have been
That's
a little
okay.
personal.
That's what we're doing. But I agree with you 100%. Well said. I have a redneck IQ. I have common sense. I can do my research. So you wanted to talk about what that you mentioned earlier?
Yes. So because, we're kind of on the paranormal thing, I want to talk about the uh Pentagon's release of the UFO files.
Because the way I look at it, the universe is unlimited. They have no clue
Yeah,
how far the universe goes. It goes on forever, forever, and ever. They have no clue. They are at a stalemate with as far as they can go with the technology that we have. Okay. So who's to say there's not other life out there that comes to
exactly.
visit it
And
that
there
is more
so
advanced than what we are?
yes, and even I'm so sorry, I'm bad at names. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Even he admits that there's no way there's not other living life, that there's not aliens out there.
Oh,
But if you go to war.gov/UFO, you can see all of that information and everything that was released. So I'll put like some snippets in here for y'all to kind of see, but it says the Department of War released the fourth tranche of records. So they're releasing them in waves instead of
right.
releasing them all at once. The first one was released on May 8th, 2026. And if you scroll down, when you get to that website, you can see all of the pictures and all of the files. So I haven't fully looked through all of it. So I don't have a specific example, but it is something that I kind of want to maybe bring up as fun facts, or hyper focus on things. So this is one of those things that I'm about to start hyper focusing on. So it'll be fun to share facts about what's going on in response to President Donald Trump's directive for transparency on U.S. government information regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena. The Department of War, with support from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, is overseeing government-wide efforts to expeditiously find, review, identify, declassify, and publicly release unresolved related records and historical documents in the federal government's possession. So there's a lot more in there, but what that basically means is that the president is saying that we're giving full transparency. And while they may not release everything all at once, they need to share. And I think our last podcast talked about how much we want the government to be transparent with us. And this is kind of going towards that. But for me, it's more about information about life out there, about aliens from a nerd
Exactly.
perspective. I want to know.
Exactly.
I want to know what they know. Maybe it's the Star Wars nerd in me, just hoping that it'll happen, or the Serenity Firefly nerd in me, just kind of hoping that it will happen. Uh, so I kind of want to bring
I
those
don't think that
facts.
has anything to do with it. I think that has what to do with it is common sense about how big the universe is, and we can only go so far up into the stars. Okay, we're limited on our technology to a certain point.
Yep,
So
exactly.
it
Oh,
it just, with all these pilots that have confessed to seeing these objects fly around their airplane, then automatically it's like, okay, they're gone. Let's follow it.
yeah.
Oh, we can't follow it because it's too fast for us, and they're gone. And they've got video of all that.
Yep. If you
So
go to the website, you can look through all of that kind of stuff. Like they literally just have pictures here to show you, and you can go to a tab that says UFO and learn about all of it. Navigate
and
it. It's
the
cool.
ocean, there's depths of the ocean that we can't go down into
Yeah,
because
it's
it's too
deep.
deep. What's to say that there's not something down under the ocean because we can't go down there? It's way too deep.
Yeah. And what's weird is they say that a lot of those deep ocean creatures have started to surface more often now. And
Mhm.
usually that's a sign of something bigger going on in the Earth's crust. We've had a lot of earthquakes lately, so many earthquakes, and they think that it's getting to the point that it's a major shift, which is why all of these deep sea creatures are starting to like surface, because they are so far down there, they can probably feel stuff that we can't. There are
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
earthquakes and things happening down there
Absolutely.
that we can't detect yet. So, if those deep ocean creatures are running away from their home, what is happening down there?
Exactly. Exactly. Animals actually have the instinct before humans do to know
Yep.
when the weather's going to be bad or if
Yep.
there's danger in the area. They
100%,
know.
which is
They
really
have
cool
that.
too.
Yeah, they have that sixth sense. So, just for an example, when I was working, I'm a retired exterminator. When a big storm was coming, and I'm gonna tell you right now, all the bugs disappeared. They all disappeared because they knew what was coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have to go to I
Yeah,
mean, it's the same when we get a storm. If our birds are still out in the garden, we're like, "Okay, cool, it's just a nice rain." if all the birds disappear, it's about to storm really bad.
Yes.
And we're about to get like our little micro burst tornadoes. It's not cool
That
enough to be a
that or
tornado, but
there's a predator in the area. One or the
yes,
other.
yes,
One
that is
I've
correct.
seen my birds and squirrels and everything disappear on the instant. And
Yeah,
about a minute after that, a big old chicken hawk comes flying through the yard.
that's
So,
crazy.
that tells you right there, they know before we do what's going to happen.
I think what's most important is if we as humans learn to read those instincts, then we can actually survive better by reading what the animals are
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. Well, what I was going to say, I told you that Gracie showed up, my hummingbird, female
Yes.
hummingbird, but
Your female hummingbird, yeah.
just yesterday morning, one showed up that I thought was Gracie, but it was a little male. He had a little
Like,
diamond on his neck,
oh,
and I call it a little starter set.
do
Because
you think it could be a
eventually,
baby?
when he mature, yes, it is. It has to be. It's an immature male, and
Okay.
eventually his whole neck will be red. But the young males, they come out, and when they flash their neck, because they do it to show their power. It's just a little red diamond right here, and
That's so
eventually it'll cover
cute.
its whole neck. And I saw that this morning on my camera, and I thought that was
I love
Gracie, but
that.
it wasn't Gracie. It was a young male. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and hummingbirds do come back year after year if you keep your feeders
Mhm.
fresh and have plenty of flowers. They will come back to the same place every year. They
Yep.
keep the same path on their migration every year, and they know where the good food is. They just know.
Yeah, they do. And if they go to your yard, they will remember it and come back and check.
Exactly. So if
Mhm.
one flies up to you, say I've had them fly up 6 inches from my face and just sit there and stare. They're actually trying to tell you something. They're either saying thank you for the food,
Mm.
or it needs to be changed, or they're checking
Like a
you out.
cat. Like,
They're
"Hey, I need more food."
they're checking you out to see if you're a threat or not.
That's so
So, and
cute.
I've actually had one land hop on my finger. Okay,
Oh,
and
they love you, Papa B.
I've actually had I've actually went out and one was on my feeder and he didn't look like he was doing too good. So when I walked out to my feeder, he didn't fly and I just petted him with my finger and he flew into the trees and he came back. So I walked out there and I did it again, but he flew into the trees. So
So
hummingbirds,
cute.
the hummingbirds are very, very territorial and they will fight to the death.
Do you
Okay.
remember the fun fact that you told me about hummingbirds and I didn't believe you?
Which
Do you
one?
remember? The one about uh praying mantises being able to kill them?
Mhm.
And you remember how I hatched a bunch of baby praying mantises
Right.
and I was like, they're just babies. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna eat the aphids. Well, we have a dinosaur of a praying mantis in our garden now. And when I say a dinosaur, he's at least 4 or 5 inches long. I didn't
Dang.
realize they could get that big, Dad. Like
No
what?
kidding.
Like what do you mean? Like what do you mean you're big enough to catch a hummingbird? What do
Mhm.
you mean you're gonna try to eat the butterflies in my garden? I just wanted you to eat the aphids. But he's so cool and he does keep the pests away. We have these little hopper things that are really, really bad for the garden, and he eats those.
That's
Um,
good.
but I did not know they could get that big. Like I knew
Yes.
they got big, but that is a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
do.
put a picture of it
Yeah,
in here for someone.
it's just fun facts that we like to talk
Yeah.
about, and there's a lot of political podcasts
Mhm.
on the internet right now, and
There are.
and every now and then I'll go on a rant about politics, but
But it doesn't have to be politics every time.
I'm just to the point to where the government needs to do something. They need to
Yeah.
step in and do something about what's going on. Quit putting the word investigation out there. We have proof, we've
Thank you.
investigated, we have
Gosh.
proof, and not doing anything. Just do something.
Right.
And people are just tired of listening to your BS.
Something I encourage people to do instead of going to podcasts and such, like instead of making videos and stuff to complain and that's power. It gets stuff out there, it does. But the real power is going to come from you encouraging your friends and people who have similar views as you to write to your representatives. It is so easy to go to a representative that you like or don't like, and you can go to their website. There is a prompt to write them messages because they do work for us and they will read it. I promise. I have written many letters to our senators and to Congress, and if enough people do it, they do listen to what the people want. The problem is that we think that you have to go to social media and start yelling about it and getting everyone hyped up. You can yell all you want, but if you take the proper channels to communicate with our congressmen and our senators, you are going to get so much more accomplished. And
Mm.
whatever your views are, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Well, what about Bigfoot?
that's part of the paranormal. Yeah.
Let me,
So we could
and
talk about
I've
Bigfoot
got
too.
a
I'm
couple of
down for
mixed
it.
issues on that. Um, people show a lot of videos. Oh, I saw Bigfoot and all that, but they're never in focus.
I know.
They're never ever in focus.
And with
And
AI now,
yeah,
you never
and
know.
one of my takes on that is how come some redneck hadn't shot one and mounted him on his truck and drove into the middle of town?
Maybe that redneck didn't survive.
Maybe. But
Yeah.
there's been reports of, yeah, I saw Bigfoot and I walked over there, all of a sudden he was gone. Does Bigfoot come from aliens?
Uh, Is he paranormal? Like, not just paranormal, like maybe he's a ghost. So that goes to ask,
Maybe.
is the Loch Ness monster
Exactly.
also?
Exactly. They're
Mhm.
saying something. I believe in the Loch Ness monster before I'll believe Bigfoot. Because too many people have recorded things in on the Loch Ness monster, and you've got clear videos of that.
Of something swimming.
Yes. So, there's a lot of things that we don't know. There's a lot of things that scientists don't know. Everything's in theory.
And there are a lot of
Okay.
theories out there. I want to know what our audience thinks is the most interesting paranormal theory out there. That'd be cool to know.
That would be cool to know.
Yeah.
What is your favorite paranormal show?
Exactly. My favorite paranormal show,
Yeah.
well, the only the only show I really got into was with that dude named Zach. Was it just Ghost? It wasn't Ghost Hunters. I can't remember the name of it now. I can look it up real quick. But what I do like, instead of it just being a show, I like the theories on the Appalachian Mountains. Have you heard people's theories on like the paranormal stuff that goes on in the Appalachian Mountains?
Oh no, but I'm sure there's a lot of
So,
stuff that goes on.
what is the name of this guy's show? I have to know now. Yeah, it is Ghost Adventures. So I used to watch Ghost Adventures a lot, and I think that it is one of the shows that seemed the most legit to me. So yeah, Zach Baggins was the
Yeah.
host of that. In the Appalachian Mountains, though, it's said that there are skinwalkers and very creepy things that come out at night and will try to talk to you. And I'm I think instead of it being like a ghost or something, I think these could be aliens that just live in the Appalachian Mountains
Could be. Could
and
be.
they know how to stay safe there. So that would
Like
be really
well,
cool as well.
like I said, there's a lot of things that we don't know. There's a lot of things that people take for granted. Oh, that's not true. Well, how do you know it's not?
Exactly. People are quick to confirm their own beliefs regardless of discussion.
Now, my favorite one is the Halser Files.
The Hoser Files?
Halser,
Oh,
Halzer,
Halser.
Halser Files, because it's a reenactment of, oh God, I had his name right
The
at the tip of
Holzer
my
Files.
tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, I had his name right at the tip of my tongue. Han Halser, Hans Halser, I think, was one of the first paranormal
Mhm.
investigators that there ever were.
Okay.
And it's a reenactment of all, his daughter and a couple other people. They go back to the places that he went to. and
Oh, okay, and he, like,
and
tells you about it and tries to find.
they reinvestigate it
Okay,
with
that's cool. With, like, the
the
updated technology?
with the techno up to date technology. They
That's fun.
reinvestigate it. So, and, you know, that's my favorite one. To
Okay.
me, there's a lot of them that's actually mismade for TV, and
Mhm. For sure.
most of them they have to create they have to reenact some of the stuff that went on, which is fine, but they're getting their point across. But to me, the Hoser Files is my favorite. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I will have to check that one out. Cool.
yeah. It's pretty cool. I've watched it. I watch it every now and then when there's nothing else on TV, so I'll turn it on. So, but we've been going for almost an hour,
We
so
have. So, which, I mean, we're talking for almost an hour. That doesn't mean it'll end up, you know,
yeah.
Applejax edits things down a little bit. Um, I want to end off with, I mean, it's not technically an advertisement because no one is paying me to show you this. No one is giving me money. It's just something I truly believe in. So, and unfortunately, it has become political, even though it shouldn't. I don't mean to keep going to political things, just like I'm sure you don't. But I ordered something from Conviction Company, which is making a line of XX chromosome wear. So you can get a hat that says woman, and on the side it says no cis, just woman, because there are a lot of people with XY chromosomes who are transgender, and I have nothing against being transgender, but I do have a problem with people who have XY chromosomes trying to take over XX chromosome spaces. XX chromosomes deserve our own safe space. And if you need your own space to feel safe, then we will make transgender spaces, but you do not need to come into XX chromosome spaces. There's XX chromosomes, there's XY chromosomes. Go to the bathroom, that matches your chromosomes. Go to the dressing room, that matches your chromosomes. And don't ever try to tell me that you have the same biological problems that I have as someone with XX chromosomes. So, no cis, just woman. That's how that goes. Yeah. I'm very
You, you want me to
passionate
give
about
you the
that.
redneck version?
Yes, I do.
Okay. If you're a man dressed as a woman and you think you're a woman, I'm sorry. If you got a pecker, you're a man. You go into the
100%.
men's restroom. Just because you dress as a woman and you live in a fantasy world, we don't have to live in your fantasy world.
No, we don't.
So you can be a part of the LBGQSHIT movement if you want to. Nobody really cares. Okay. If you want to be a human
Exactly.
dartboard behind closed doors, that's your prerogative. But do
Exactly.
not force it on us. You got a
Exactly. The
pecker.
TQ plus
It,
can
yeah.
get
If you
out of
got a
here.
pecker, you're a man. Period. Case
Yep.
closed. Okay.
Exactly.
There's
X
three,
X chromosomes is a woman.
yeah,
XY chromosome is a man.
yeah, there's three genders: man, woman, and mentally ill. That's the three genders. Okay.
The
So,
dysphoria.
yeah.
It is a
So
dysphoria.
just, just, just quit pushing it on us. You don't
Please.
deserve a month. Our veterans get 1 day. Why the hell should these human dartboards get a month?
Yeah, and I do want to say that I very much support LGBA, actual sexualities, lesbian, gay, bisexual, asexual. But being transgender is not a sexuality. That doesn't that has nothing to do with who you're attracted to. It doesn't. And I have a lot of LGBA allies out there that don't want the TQ involved. That all of the trans women that are trying to get into XX chromosome spaces, they don't want that.
No.
So make sure you know that there are LGBA people out there who have the exact same views that you and I do. And that's one of the reasons why I've gotten brave enough to actually start speaking out as someone with XX chromosomes, because
Go
I
listen to
realize
Kate.
that it's not
Yeah.
everybody.
Go listen to Caitlyn Jenner. Common sense right there. She's totally against men and women's sports, men and women's
Exactly.
bathrooms, men and women's locker rooms. And she'll be
There's
the first
another
she'll be the
person.
first to tell you if you're a man and you dress as a woman, you still got a dick. Go in the man's
Yes.
bathroom.
Someone else, Jeffree Star, is another person that I highly respect because he knows that he is a biological man and he cannot stand that people with XY chromosomes are trying to take over XX chromosome spaces. It's not right. It is wrong. And I don't care how much anyone with an XY chromosome thinks that they deserve to be in my XX space. But I have a reason to be scared of XY chromosomes, and most people with XX chromosomes have a reason to be scared of XY chromosomes. We deserve our own safe space. We do.
Agreed.
Thank
Agreed.
you. Anyway,
Well,
based on that note,
that's we've been going for quite a while, so that'd be this
yeah,
will be I think this will be a good segment. Just to let you know, I'm Papa B.
I'm Applejax.
We have a D&D podcast, Daddy and Daughter. We want you to come listen to it, give us your thoughts, answer the trivia question, um,
Hmm.
and
Tell us what you want us to talk about.
yeah, tell us what you want us to talk about. We'll talk about anything. We'll do our research and give you
Yep.
our opinion on it.
We're here
So
for the fun to talk to each other and hang out and make good memories. So if you like our personality and you don't want to listen to politics, give us something else to talk about.
exactly.
So
And right now
doesn't
we're
have to
on
be politics
YouTube.
at all.
Yeah, right now we're on YouTube. We're trying to get
Yep.
on other formats, and
Yep. I'm trying
we're
to
just
get our audio on Spotify.
and
That'll be coming up.
I guess I'll need to download Spotify on my phone.
Yeah. I have to set up our account for it and then split the audio, get it up in there, but it'll be
Okay.
no big deal.
Well, come listen to us, guys, and let us know what you think. And hey, have a good day, have a blessed day, and just remember, every day's a good day. Just some are better than others.
Yeah. Go listen to Bob Ross. He'll motivate you. Every day's a good day if you paint.
Yep.
Hmm. Bob Ross is great.
Papa
Anyway,
B. Yeah. Papa B says, peace out.
Applejack says bye.